The idea being, in general, that many people on your planet talk about this concept called God's will. It's God's will this, it's God's will that. Now, there are many ways to understand this concept. Since you are creating the idea of your life and begin to choose that experience from a higher plane, the spirit level of your being, and create a kind of theme or destiny in your life that you then augment with your free will in physical reality. Destiny being the theme or the hallway, free will being how you explore that theme or how you walk down that hallway. Thus, you could, in a sense, relegate the concept of God's will to the idea of the destiny that you yourself set up to explore the theme of being you. So that's one way to look at the concept. But on the broader perspective, the idea doesn't really make sense. Because while many people in their religious philosophy attribute to the concept of God the idea of omniscience, all-knowing, omnipresent, everywhere. If God is, in fact, all-knowing and everywhere, then it is also everything. There can be no space at all that isn't occupied by it, which means you as well, and us, and everything in existence is actually made of God, in a sense. Otherwise, there are places where God would not be. You cannot necessarily literally think that God is everywhere and then say, but it's outside of me. I am outside of it. Otherwise, it is a contradiction to the concept of it being literally omnipresent. So if God is in fact everything, why does it need to exert any will at all over anything? Because it is experiencing itself as all the things that exist. And therefore, whatever it is that may be your will would be synonymous with God's will, in the sense that since you are created to be the unique perspective that you are, that is exactly what God, or all that is, as we refer to it, would need you to be. In expressing your will, you are expressing God's will that you are you. And therefore, it is expressing itself as you, through you. But the idea then allows you to understand that it doesn't need to exercise dominion or will or force or pressure on anything, because it is, in fact, experiencing itself as everything that is happening all at once. So the idea is that it just is what it is. It experiences itself as its own nature, as its true nature of just being self-aware existence, intelligent existence. So whatever it is that you are as a unique aspect, a unique reflection of that, is part of the concept that you can loosely attribute to God's will. But it would probably serve you more clearly if that concept were realized that, in a sense, doesn't really exist in the way that most people mean it. It is often that we notice that when, again, from certain religious philosophical points of view, something, as you say, goes your way, well, you thank God. But when it doesn't seem to, where's the thanks? Why not thank God for that? Why isn't that part of God's will? The idea, again, is that it creates all sorts of contradictions and conundrums when you start breaking God down in human terms, because it is way beyond that idea.